Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Washington Redskins. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Washington Redskins. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Charles, we look at this Redskin team as they interplay here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback, standing at 6'5".
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
And a peek now at the offense for Pittsburgh.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the two guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Operating from the gun, Reese. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
In on the tackle, Jalen Reeves-Maybin. And here a look at the offensive starters for the Redskins.
Out wide, they have A.J. Green, who can run every route you want on the route tree and take the top off of defense with his speed. and has the length to go over the top of people to catch the ball. But maybe the most impressive thing about him, the only wide receiver ever to be a Pro Bowler in his first 7 years in the NFL.
Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play in football.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The toss out to Barkley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job, to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5. Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They had enough yards for the 1st down, but a clutch hit right there defensively jars it free. No 1st down.
Now Matt Bryant on for the field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They start to drive with White, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Reese, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Here's Matt Hawk now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A first update now out of Jacksonville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Ready. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. I got it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brissett, and that's complete. It's Green here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Redskin 1st down. The pickup 15 yards. First down, Brissett. Finding Green complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 9 catches, 111 yards.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
On 2nd down, Brissett again. Complete. This is Albert Wilson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. To throw, Brissett. Caught. It's Wilson. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Robert Kimdichie, the one to bring him down. On 2nd and 9, Brissett. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Out of the gun, Brissett. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And Bryant's kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. From the gun on 3rd down, Reese, and unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, first down.
Yeah, and I guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brissett. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing, Brissett. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An en route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Returning it is Moore. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good. Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 6-0 our score after 1. The Steelers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Rees. And that will be incomplete.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. All right, here now a look at A.J. Green. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. On 2nd and 10, Brissett. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
The Redskins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, here's Brissett. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Brissett now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Here's Brissett. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Jonathan Hankins able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On the run, it's Barkley. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go. On 3rd down, Brissett. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Miles Jack can just flat out cover. Doesn't matter who's out there, and he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? Eyes in the right place, saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Back to throw. Rees. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down, here's White. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. Off the play fake. Rees. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Rees. Amendola's got it, complete. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. It wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. On 1st and 10, Brissett, and the grab by Croft. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Brissett. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
All right, keep me honest here, Brandon. So they decide not to run the football again. They had 2 shots to try and pick up the first down, probably fairly easily on the ground. Now it's 4th down.
And we'll see if those decisions come back to haunt them. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Here's Josh Gordon as he heads back out there now. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get...
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Nick Bosa with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Around the NFL, second quarter in Indianapolis. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's A.J. Green as he gets set to go again on offense. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week. Solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Brissett. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The Redskins on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Brissett. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Green brings it in. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. 2nd and 3. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Reese. He hits White. Complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Back to throw. Reese. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Reese. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Looking to throw. Reese, and a dump off to White. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 43.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Reese. And that'll be incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again. Reese goes underneath here to White. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Redskins now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. A first down throw for Brissett. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards there to begin the third quarter. They also lead by 3 points. To throw again on second down. Brissett going right side here, and that's complete. up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. On 2nd and 9, Brissett. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. This is Barkley. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down now, Barkley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It's a safety blitz and a sack for Earl Thomas. Well, a free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, Reeves, and that is incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Brissett to throw on 1st. Caught. It's Wilson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Saquon Barkley running right. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Out of the gun, Brissett. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Brissett. And his throw is incomplete. It was Darryl Worley there to knock that one free. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. throwing. Brissett. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Montez Sweat in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. "47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Steelers set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Rees. And it's caught here. Amendola. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10. Good for a Steeler 1st down. Off play action. Rees. This one caught by Ridley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards that time. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. And they're moving on crossing routes. If you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Opting to run again here with White. And an alley to run. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They will run with White out of the shotgun. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Rees. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Operating from the gun. Rees. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. That's Vince Williams who gets the sack.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. 2nd and 10. He's got it. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Devlin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Well, nothing complicated about that. That's old-school power football.
And effective. And that's the key to everything, right? Sometimes we try and do too many things. Just hand it to the big guy and let him go forward.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Brissett. He'll find Metcalf. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. They go with White on the counter, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Rees.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's White. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at about the Redskins' 26. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
On first down, White. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. 2nd and 6. And this is incomplete. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. But now it's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that. All
the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 10. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a 1-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. 2nd and 9 now. Got his man. It's Williams. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Back to throw. Rees. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 21 yards there on third down. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They stay on the ground with White. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the gun, Reese, and he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Operating from the gun. Reese able to get this to Gordon. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Here we go. Check. Crouch.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, it's White. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James White. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
So the Redskins down on the scoreboard. Just over a minute, 40 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. On 1st and 10, Brissett. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Brissett. And a completion to Wilson. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Brissett again. And the grab by Croft. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. To throw is Brissett. And he completes it to Wilson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Brissett. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wilson's got it complete. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, here's Brissett. They're able to locate Wilson. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Brissett on 1st down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll throw again. Brissett. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him. And then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the 1st quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Steelers, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.